Hello and welcome back. I'm Dr. Lori Williams, and today I want to talk to you about when self-care is actually self-sabotage. So there is a growing trend in our society around taking care of yourself, self-care, deep self-care routines, things like that. And although I 100% support and promote self-care routines, unfortunately, most of what people are calling self-care is actually self-sabotage. So society tells us that, self-care is comfortable, it's indulgent, it's escaping the things that are going on in our day-to-day life. Such as like bubble baths or, taking days off, isolating yourself, all of that kind of stuff. Now, I'm not, I like a good bubble bath as much as anybody else, but the truth of it is that self-care actually goes so much deeper than the external fluff of it all. So the truth of it is, when we're doing those things and thinking that it is self-care, what it actually is, it's emotional avoidance, but it's dressed up as, taking care of ourselves and wellness. So essentially what you need to do is ask yourself, is this action going to help me heal, or is it helping me hide? That's going to be kind of a deciding factor of, are you actually truly taking care of yourself, or are you self-sabotaging and getting into more of the avoidance realm of things? So true self-care will always bring you closer to your truth, where self-sabotage is going to, essentially, it's going to keep you from it. It's going to keep you distancing you more and more from your own truth. So nurturing actions refill your energy, but when you're numbing yourself, it actually drains you. It drains your potential. It drains you, as a person. So essentially, let's say for an example, if you scroll through social media as a way to relax, that's actually a self-sabotage. That's keeping your nervous system on high alert. And let's face it, there's things on there that we as human beings, we're not set up to see those kinds of things, especially like crimes and things like that. That sends our nervous system into a complete uproar. So now, if you were to say, you're meditating, journaling, things like that, that's definitely more around self-care, rather than where scrolling through social media is actually self-sabotage. So I do want to also stipulate, before I go any further in this video, that rest is 1,000% needed in your life, 100%. You cannot be, hustle constantly without burning out. This is where, rest becomes a sacred part. But when you start using rest as an excuse to avoid progress, then that rest isn't rest anymore. It actually becomes resistance. So being very aware of when you are using rest to avoid the things that you actually need to be facing. The truth of it is you're not going to be able to rest your way out of the discomfort that you need to go through, that you need to face in order to grow. Again, it ends up becoming avoidance. You're avoiding the alignment that you need in order to heal and to grow. So I want to just touch on a little bit about what this cycle of self-sabotage looks like. So essentially, you're going to feel tired or overwhelmed. Then you avoid or you withdraw from your environment. This gives you that false belief, because it gives you a temporary feeling of safety. So this gives you where you get the false belief of, oh, I'm healing myself. But the truth of it is you end up stuck, and you're going to end up repeating the same cycle over and over and over again. So this pattern can definitely feel like it's self-care because you're getting that temporary relief. You're getting that comfort that you're looking for, but it is preventing long-term growth. So what self-care actually looks like is taking radical responsibility for your emotions, for your thoughts, and for the way you show up in this world. It is saying no to what drains you and saying no to what's going to challenge you, especially those things that you're not going to want to face. Those are the things that, is actually in alignment with true self-care. Making sure that you're keeping promises to yourself is so important. That is 100% of self-care. So many times we You know, we keep promises with everybody else, we show up for everybody else, and we abandon ourselves. So making sure that you're keeping promises to yourself is very, very important in regards to self-care as well. So making sure that you're working on regulating your nervous system rather than doing things that are going to provoke it to go into overdrive and to continue to be dysregulated. You want to be able to regulate your nervous system rather than react from it. And then facing what's uncomfortable and just, you know, it's going to be uncomfortable. There might even be some fear around it, you know, the fear of the unknown. But the truth of it is that on the other side of that, that's when you realize, oh, that was self-care. That was actually me showing up for myself. That was me making sure that I was growing, I was evolving. Because, you know, the more afraid you are to go through a situation, the more you are going to want to avoid it. But as soon as you stop avoiding it and you go into it, you're going to realize that all of the power and control you thought it had over you, that it really has nothing on the other side of all of it. And that's when you know that you've grown through that situation, which is exactly why you need to show up for yourself and go through it. So when you're looking at, you know, what is self-care versus what is self-sabotage, I would encourage you to kind of like sit with it, you know, for a minute and ask yourself the questions of like, you know, is what I'm doing going to actually help me to grow and to evolve, or is it just making me feel better right now? Because you want anything that's going to help you truly grow and evolve is going to require you to, it's going to like be better for you in the long run. A slight discomfort now, or even a tremendous discomfort now, for it to bring you the growth and the evolution that you are looking for in the long run, it's worth its weight in gold. The shift is from self-sabotage to true self-care is doing the things that are for the betterment of you in the long run, even if it feels horrible and like uncomfortable right now. If you have any questions, or if you need my help and guidance to help you get through the self-sabotage, or to help you to reframe any kind of questions that you have, just please reach out to me anytime. I help people on their journey to healing and reconnecting with their authentic self. I have a 3-step process to take you from where you are to fully connected body, mind, and soul with your true and authentic self. I am available to work with people all over the world. I work online and I work in person with people that are local to me as well. So if you would like any more information on how to work with me and how I can specifically help you in your situation, I will leave a link for you to book a free consultation in the description below. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you back here next time.